Rome is always magical, but nothing can compare to visiting Rome at Christmas. We love walking through the city and enjoying the decorations and lights. We love visiting small churches and appreciating their Christmas celebrations, decor, and nativity scenes. In this video, we will discuss our recommendations to have one of the most amazing trips of a lifetime.
Hi y'all, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Becky.
And together we're a cruising good time. Before we get going, I want to welcome our returning subscribers. And if you just found us on the channel, welcome as well. We're glad you found us. All our viewers know that we've been to Rome several times and we really love the city of Rome. Last year we had a chance to go to Rome again and we went over Christmas time and it was absolutely spectacular and very magical. This video we're going to go into all the details of what to see, when to go, and all the stuff to look out for to make your experience in Rome as magical as possible over Christmas time.
The official Christmas time in Rome is December 8th through January 6th, Epiphany. However, things begin happening on December 1st. Our journey began on December 7th. We had a fabulous day. The weather was incredible. We walked down the Spanish Steps. We went to Piazza Navona, and it was incredible. But December 8th is when things really kick off. On December 8th, the Catholic Church celebrates the Immaculate Conception. The Marian dogma says that Mary was conceived pure from the original sin. The celebration kicks off at 7:30 in the morning when a fireman uses a fire ladder to place a flower wreath on the arm of the statue of the Virgin Mary, which is located on the Marian column near the Spanish Steps. The Spanish Steps are decorated with a gigantic Christmas tree, and all the storefronts are filled with creative Christmas decorations. Throughout the day, different processions occur, with the accumulation of events being that the Pope going to the Basilica of St. Mary Major, where he will pray, and he may place a golden rose in front of the icon of the Virgin Mary.
We absolutely loved being in Rome on December the 8th. You'll see families out, the locals are all out. It's a very festive time, and the Rome is just really magical. We've got all the Christmas markets that are starting up, people just out checking in all the scene and taking it all in. They have an enormous amount of nativity scenes all over the city. I mean, every piazza and church seems to have one out there. It's just really a lot of fun to go take in. And you know, the hotel price was really about the same as a shoulder price season. I was really kind of surprised about that in hindsight, because the hotel could have been astronomical in price, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's because this holiday is so much about the locals. So that's a good deal and part of why we love going on December 8th instead of being there on Christmas Day. I would like to note, like on December 8th, you can't walk down the Spanish Steps. They'll have them blocked off. We could go down these stairs that are kind of in parallel to them and just really enjoy things. And we were very happy that on December 7th, we had strolled down the Spanish Steps. The lighting, the weather was incredible. We took so many photos. We got to the very bottom, and then there was the Babingtons Tea Room.
Oh, that was a lot of fun, you know. And I'm not a super big tea guy, more of a coffee guy, but it was what was neat about it is they set us out right there on the street on the sidewalk cafe, and it was just wonderful for people watching. And we had great lighting with the sun in the middle of the day, beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. And like I said, people were just wandering around, having a good time, all our families, just checking it all out. All the stores are made up with all the Christmas decorations. It was just really an excellent time. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I have to say, that tea room, we went inside, and it was just magical inside. Beautiful decor, amazing desserts, you know, fabulous china. That was a great stop. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It's a good serendipitous stop right there. So if you've been to Rome, you know it's always very crowded, particularly in the summertime. Shoulder months aren't too bad, but it does get crowded again in December with all the festivities and the markets and everything else that's happening in there. But it's still real easy to walk around. It was very safe to walk around. We had a great time just checking it all out and seeing all the scenery. So the neat thing about December 8th is it's really a big Roman holiday. People are out there with their families. They're pushing baby carriages. They have their dogs out with them. I mean, it's just a great time to take it all in. And if you love people watching, it's fabulous. If you love Christmas decorations, it's very good that way too.
So on December 8th, after we'd walked down, well, in parallel with the Spanish Steps, and just enjoyed that whole piazza, we went and found this amazing little local restaurant. Well, Jeff found it.
We found Trattoria Otello, and it was just wonderful. I mean, it looked like a hole-in-wall spot, but turned out it was extremely popular with the locals because we walked in, just opened up the door. We're like the only ones in there, and they said, well, do you have a reservation? And we said, well, no, we don't. And we're kind of like, are you kidding? There's like 10 tables sitting right here. But they set us down right there, gave us a really nice spot right there in the corner, and then it just filled up. People with all their shopping bags, all of the people had been out shopping at all the stores right there by the Spanish Steps, and it was great. I loved the zucchini blossoms. It was just wonderful.
So for me, that was the highlight of the meal, was the zucchini blossoms. So if you're there in December, you have got to go find some.
It was great. And then I had the house pasta, the cannoli Otello, and you had...
Pizza Marguerite with Parma ham.
It was outstanding. We did little sharesies there because I have to try everything at the table, and it was wonderful. They both were just delicious. And a wonderful panna cotta right there at the end. The whole restaurant had a really good vibe. You liked the garden.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of fun because we were in the room that was right off the street, but then there was also like a little garden area and a back room, and it was a charming restaurant. The food was amazing. I think we were probably the only non-locals in it.
I think so. I think that's definitely the case. But it was great. We had a great time, a lot of food, and then we set out walking across Rome there, and out of there went over by the Augustus Mausoleum, walked around that for a little bit, and then crossed the river, and then went over by the Castle sant'angelo, which was originally Hadrian's mausoleum from the Emperor Hadrian, converted into a castle in the Middle Ages, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never been in that castle before, believe it or not, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we've been in most of the major sites in Rome, so we have other videos on that. But for today's, this is what we went to. We went up there. It was terrific. It was very historic. They had some beautiful art. The architecture was interesting. Mm-hmm. And then it was fun to just see all these families out hanging together. And they were like enjoying their history, going up all together. I don't know. Anyway, just a fabulous experience. Then also, obviously, since you're elevated, you can look out windows and get great views. And then from the rooftop, just really fabulous views of the city.
Yeah, it was, because on one side you have the Vatican, you're looking down the street that goes right into St. Peter's Square there, and then you got the River Tiber, and then you can see more of ancient Rome, the rest of the city of Rome across the river. Really great views. We were there on a lovely evening. It had been crystal clear skies earlier that day, and it was just wonderful. It was a very magical time. Everybody out just having a festive time.
Yeah, and then we wandered out. We were going down the streets. We just saw a charming little pizza place. Yeah. I went down, and I have to say, out of the many, many restaurants, I've never had a bad one in Rome. So this was just another good one.
Always great. Yeah, absolutely. And I always get the pasta carbonara every time, and I've never had a bad plate of pasta carbonara anywhere in Rome. I love it, and it's just great.
Well, that is one of their specialties. So. In Rome at Christmas, another one of the must-sees is their most popular Christmas market, which is there at Piazza Navona. And it is called the Mercatino della Befana, or the Festa della Befana. And it's their most famous Christmas market. We went there on December 7th. It was kind of early on the setting up. And on December 8th, we went twice. We went both in the daylight and in the nighttime, different vibes with both. But it is so incredible and so much fun to feel the happiness and the spirit of everybody.
It was just a great time. You have all the vendors out there, and they have not just food, but gifts and crafts and all that, and just fun to look at all the workmanship there and everything. Get a little glass of wine, walk around. They had some little carousels for the kids to ride around, merry-go-round type things to ride around. They had a puppet show over there, and but the whole vibe was just really a lot of fun. The church was having some services right there. That church right there off the piazza was having some services there. It was just a really great magical time for Christmas time. Quite the contrary difference to what you experienced when you were there in June during the summertime, and it's kind of hot and it's crowded, and I mean, it's still beautiful then, but it's even nicer now. So it's just a lot of fun.
You know, and another part of this right there, so Piazza Navona is one of the most beautiful squares in Rome any given time, right?
Absolutely.
So even with that, enjoying the fountains, having a little bit of different light there, it was just incredible. And the light in the whole area, I don't know, just overwhelmingly beautiful.
Yep.
Words and images cannot really evoke the emotions that I felt being in that square. So on the morning of December 8th, we were strolling through the very beautiful Borghese Gardens, and we came across an interesting find, and it was Christmas World.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was very nice. It's very large. It kind of had you could say it had a lot of rides and restaurants back in there. Several acres size, and they were charging an admission to get into. Looked like a lot of fun. We didn't quite have enough time to do that day because we're only in Rome for a day and a half on this turn, so we had to go see some of the other stuff we've already told you about. But it looked like a good thing to do on another trip.
So Christmas World is really interesting because it's supposed to have exhibits and different things for Christmas all around the world, including fun foods. And the one in Rome is supposed to be one of the largest. However, from what I hear, lots of places claim to be the largest. On this trip, we did not go to the Vatican as we'd been there 2 weeks earlier. However, St. Peter's Square is supposed to have an absolutely amazing Christmas tree and the best nativity scene of the city. However, they don't have like a traditional date where everything's up, to our knowledge, so check the website to see what's up when you're going to be in Rome.
So the video wouldn't be complete if we didn't mention that on December 7th, which is the day we arrived in Rome off the ship, we did dine at Armando's al Pantheon, right there by the Pantheon. Very famous restaurant. Hard to get into, but get there early, and you sometimes get in the door or make some reservations in advance. Fantastic food. They had another sidewalk cafe out there, the sidewalk area that we ate al fresco out there. It was a lot of fun, and great memories right there as well.
The food was delightful. I love the Roman artichoke, and I love the bruschetta. The pasta was amazing.
It was great. It was wonderful pasta, and of course I got my pasta carbonara there and some other pastas as well. It was all delicious. Right there on the sidewalk. It was just a lot of fun to sit there and dine and have a good time, and really a good memory maker right there.
It was great. I have to say, though, a little chilly outside. All in all, though, these couple of days that we spent at Rome were fabulous. We are so glad we tagged them on to the end of our Mediterranean cruise.
So we have a lot of Mediterranean videos and especially a lot of Rome videos out there for you to check out our Mediterranean playlist on our YouTube channel. We have Rome embarkation, how to see the Vatican easily from a shore excursion. A lot of information out there for you to take in. And don't forget about Naples.
We hope you've enjoyed this video.
If you liked the video, please give us a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. We really appreciate your help.
Until next time, have a cruising good time.